In today's video, now that the new season is finally here, and I currently have the best controller settings for all controller players, no matter if you play on console or PC with controller. Because overall, these controller settings will give you aimbot. And make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video, and as always, use code KILLERS in the Fortnite item shop. And finally, with the release of the new season and Battle Royale finally getting a new map, I have the best settings. And finally, what everybody's been waiting for is for me to show you guys my most up-to-date graphics, controller settings, and binds ever since the new season finally started. And finally, what everybody's been waiting for is my most updated controller settings for 2026. Now, if you guys are on a new gen console, make sure to turn this setting on so you guys can run 120. But now, what everybody doesn't tell people, if you guys don't have a monitor or a TV that's compatible, you guys will be stuck on 60 FPS. For your brightness, keep this at 100. User interface, keep this at 1x, because if not, you guys' menu will be pretty dark. And for your colorblind mode and strengths, max these two out so you guys can see people in moving zones. And for motion blur, keep this setting off, because if not, it'll cause a lot of delay or make your clips look super blurry. On, and obviously guys, for the FPS, always keep this setting on, because you guys never want to blame your FPS for your lag or the lag for the FPS, because sometimes both do happen. And make sure to turn this setting disabled. And now for the voice chat setting, guys, I've never really changed these too much, so just go ahead and copy mine. I think these are going to be the best, because certain things, obviously you don't want them to be more loud than other things, like cinematics. You don't want bombs blowing up when you're trying to look for somebody, or things that are just way too loud when you're trying to even hear your teammates. And now for the sound settings, guys, if you guys don't have 3D headphones, make sure to always turn this setting off, but if you guys do have it, then make sure to turn this setting on. Now for hit markers, I've always kept it on default, because I do love the sound of the hit markers when they were default compared to the legacy sound. Subtitles, always turn this setting off, guys, or it's going to give you so much more delay that you guys do not need, especially if you're already on console. Now, visual sound effects, guys, always turn the setting on. I'm not too sure why. I see a lot of people say they don't like actually playing with the setting on, and I know that they actually nerfed it, but I do still recommend turning this setting on if you guys are playing ranked, or even if you guys are just a casual player. Now, for these new settings, the licensed audio, I have it on mute, just because if you guys do have certain audio tracks, or if there's certain sounds, it could get copyrighted in the video. So now these are going to be opinion based if you guys want them on or off. And same thing with your voice chat setting, guys. These voice chat settings are going to be very unique to everybody's liking, but if not, just copy mine, because it makes things a lot simpler. And jumping right into the game setting, make sure you guys are playing on your own region, because if you guys aren't playing on your own region or close enough to it, you guys will have serious ping issues. Same thing with your language. Keep this on system default, because if not, you guys will have things that are very confusing. You might not be able to read them. Toggle sprint, keep that on. Auto open doors, keep that on. Mantle and hurdle, hold these on hold, just so things are a lot quicker when you're running and gunning. And then in your combat settings, hold the spot pickup, turn that off. ADS, and this is a new setting, so make sure you guys have this on held. And mark danger when ADS is on. Guys, this is a very important setting, so when you're marking things aren't all over the place. Auto pickup weapons, I've always had this on. And this setting is not very important unless you guys are on mouse and keyboard, so if you're just a controller player, turn this off. And now preferred item slots, this is something we talked about in the last video. If you guys want certain weapons in certain spots, or even consumables, have this at the very end. So this settings right here is going to save you when that does happen. So make sure all your heals are always going to be on your right, so make sure to turn this setting on. And for your simple build, turn this off. Reset building choice on. And your turbo building, to make sure you guys are building just as fast as you need to, make sure you guys turn this setting on. And for your edit, if you guys like simple edit, turn this on. Disable pre-edit option, always have this on. Auto confirm, have this on both. Keep this setting off just so you guys have less input delay. And for these in-game settings, I've always had these on. And these settings always, if you guys are a console player, I found the field of view to be one of the best, I think personally, so I think you guys should change it to this. Jam tracks, these are not really too important, so if you guys want to copy these, be my guest. Jump right into the game UI. If you guys want to pause the video, because these settings are kind of long and all of them are technically just on, be my guest. For the damage numbers though, I'm going to talk about this. These want to have these on list. And now, here's an example if you guys were to turn it on list. Same thing with your damage feedback. Have this on hit only, and for your damage number scale, keep this at 100%, because if you have it too low, you're not going to be able to tell what you hit the enemy for. Same thing with your HUD scale, guys. I normally play on a smaller HUD scale, so it reduces my input. Same thing with these settings, guys. Have these settings literally all on, just so you guys have your settings exact same as mine. Right into the gyro settings, guys. If you guys don't play gyro settings, then you guys want to turn these all off. I can't stress this enough. If you guys have these settings on when you guys don't actually use the setting itself, you guys will have a lot of input delay. So I'm going to go through them just so you guys can copy them, so you guys settings can feel the exact same with mine. Now for the mouse and keyboard, if you guys don't play mouse and keyboard, totally discard this setting. Same thing with the keyboard controls. You guys do not need that. And finally, what everybody's been waiting for is my most updated controller settings, so let's hop right into them. For the controller view, always keep this off. For the aircraft controls, also keep that off. But for the fighter controls, I've also kept that off. Auto run and build immediately, I kept these two on. But for my hold, simple, and slide times, guys, I have no seconds here. But if you guys are a simple build or a simple edit player, these seconds right here will matter to you more than anybody else. But since that I don't play on it, I have no seconds here. But for the camera X's, play on both. For the camera time, like I said, guys, no seconds here. Vibration, always turn that off. Quick weapon, always on custom only. Diamond replay, guys, no seconds here as well. Toggle behavior on slot 2. Instant toggle always off. Button group on both. And now jumping right into the actual settings itself. I've always had these on 4.4. I've never really experienced them too much, so I kept it at 4.4. Now, I did change my settings from last video, so make sure you guys stay very close attention because they're kind of similar, but very different. So 2.4 for the build, and for the edit 2.6. And for the first person, you got 1.0. Obviously, to get these settings, you guys gonna have to turn this advanced settings option on. And I kept these at 45, and then no boosts. I don't know why people tell people to use boosts. Every time I put on boost, it's just terrible. It's honestly terrible. Instant boost when building. Obviously, this is the only thing I do have on, but nothing when I'm building or aiming. It makes no sense. Same thing with aim down sights. I've always kept this at 16. I've seen a lot of people kept from 10 to 16, but I think 16 is a sweet spot, especially if you're a quicker player or just have a problem with tracking people. Same thing, no boost. I think the boosts are really useless, so don't let people lie to you because the boosts are definitely useless. Scope speed multiplier. I don't know why 1 feels very fast, so I always kept it down here. I think that's a sweet spot for me. But this, like I said, this is also opinion based. A lot of settings are going to be opinion based. Look damping time, always kept this at 0.0. Linear, this is also opinion based because there's some people like playing Expo or linear. I think people should take the input that if you play on linear, you're probably a build player, but sometimes you could be a zero build player. But if you are a zero build player, I do recommend playing on Expo because linear will give you more benefits if you're a builds player. And now with these, I've seen a lot of comments in the last video saying that some people say, oh, you need to play it here or 95 to give you the best, aimbot or whatever. But that's fake. Just keep that at 100, 100. Don't mess with these. And finally, here are my brand new dead zones and releases. So for the left stick and right stick, I kept 7.7 releases 2020. And now the reason why, if you guys are asking why I did that, is because the tweak zones make these settings feel a little different. But if you guys have stick drift, I recommend, like I've always said, start at 10, depending on what stick it is, and then go up from 10 to 15, and then 15 to 20, then depending on how bad it is. And now going into the new setting itself, this is the most talked about setting that everyone wants to know what's the best setting for the tweak zones. Now, this might be opinion based if you guys don't like it at all, but for me, I think the scope or aiming is probably the best setting that I've been trying since the season came out. Now for the zone building, I don't really like that because it's making my crosshair placement get thrown off completely. Now for the tweak zone, the default setting is 30%, which I thought was very weird because I'll show you guys a clip what it looks like if it was at 30%. Your guys' crosshair is literally all over the place. But if it's at 15%, it's literally tracking like aimbot. And same with the offset, 2.5 is literally almost perfect, but like it says, if you guys were to have it at 0, it disables the tweak zone. And here are the rest of the settings. And finally, here are my most updated controller binds, and if you guys want to copy them, be my guest. And for the presets, guys, you guys gotta have that on custom, just so you guys can change every single one of them. Now, I'm gonna go to the list and just copy them if you guys want to. And a lot of questions I normally get is if I play on claw or if I have paddles on my controller. And no, I don't. I just play on a regular PS5 controller. And if you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe and leave a comment if you guys have any questions. I'm answering every single question in the comments.